Hello, how's everybody doing? Looking for something to do this holiday season to decorate your tree with? Well, you're in the right place. You're sitting here with Cruz at the Shelby County Arts Council, and I am going to walk you through a very easy ornament that you can do to hang on your tree. You can do this by yourself, you can do it with your friends, your kids. It's just very simple. I am using a 3x6 canvas board, and I'm going to show you a little trick about how to hang it since this little canvas board is flat. The materials that we're going to use are very simple. It's white, black, red, green, and blue paints. And I'm going to use a number 6 silver bristle-on brush to paint the snowman, and some scrap paper, okay? And we all have scrap paper at home, right? I like to use the Sharpie Ultra Fine Point pens because they're not as thick as the regular pens. So if you want to come one day to the council and paint along with us, feel free to. We're in Columbiana. So what I do is I take my hand and I go around my piece, and it doesn't matter if you can see your pencil marks or not. That's the beauty of it being handmade, right? It's your design. It makes it a little bit more authentic, right? Think of all those people you've bought things from, and it's like, oh my God, she painted that. Well, now you can say the same thing. I painted that. And this is so much fun. You're going to be wanting to do a whole bunch of them. Now, if you don't have a little piece of canvas board at home, don't worry, don't fret. I have the painting kits on my website at chriscruzdesigns.com. And it comes with everything you need. It comes with your little board, your paper, all your paints, the instructions, the line drawing, and I'll even draw it on for you so you don't even have to draw it yourself. How about that? Such a deal. Okay, so we have here a little scarf, his little earmuffs, even though it doesn't get that cold in Alabama, but it is colder than in Florida. I moved from Florida and I love the cold weather here, so. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to shade the little snowman a little bit. So I am going to take my blue paint and I'm going to kind of water it down a little bit with a little bit of my white, and I'm going to put it on the side here with some water, right? So it's going to be like a light blue. And I'm going to come to the side of my snowman and very softly put some color on the left side of my snowman. Now this here is the snow. It's going to glisten a little bit, okay? And I'm going to go right underneath that little scarf. And I'm going to wipe my brush off, but I'm not going to rinse it in the water. I'm going to take the extra that's here, and I'm just going to rub it very softly, like a makeup brush, you know, like if you're putting blush on. So I am going to put that on here. And here's my little snow, because he's in the snow. You know that the first time I saw snow was 4 years ago when I moved here. I never saw snow before that. All I saw was palm trees and beach. Okay, so now we have red scarf, right? So I'm going to take my red paint, and again, not a lot of water. I am going to go in between those little lines to do my little scarf. And notice how I'm not really going all the way to the end. You don't need to be, it's not a coloring book painting, you know, you don't need to go all the way to the top. You can just fill it in. Right? And then he has the little ones going to the side here. And I think it gives it a little bit more, I don't know, oof, if you don't just color it all in like if it was a coloring book. Okay, so now the little earmuffs are green. So I'm going to take a little bit of my green and I'm going to put some white in it. And I'm going to go on my earmuffs here and put some color. And take some of this paint here, which is like a dark, dark blue. And I'm going to do his little coal because I want it to be pretty. And I'm going to wipe my brush, and I'm going to take the edge here and put some of that blue in there to break it down a little bit, just to do something a little different. Why does coal always have to be black, right? It could be any color you want. And I'm going to give him some little blue eyes. And we're going to do his little carrot nose. I'm going to pick up a little bit of my red and my white here. And I'm going to put a little carrot nose, kind of pinky, but that's okay. Now we're going to shade the little scarf. Okay, so I'm going to take some of my red and my blue, and I'm going to mix it together, and it's going to give me kind of like a little purpley color. You see that? So I'm going to go in at the end of each one of those little red scarf lines and put some of that blue in it to shade it, right? And I'm going to shade his little tassels and a little bit of his little lines here. And I'm going to darken his little nose a little bit. And we want to take his earmuffs and make them a little darker. So I'm going to take my green with a little blue and make that green darker. So you don't need a lot of colors to paint. And for those of you who have known me for a long, long time, you know this is my little Cruz signature snowman. So I've been painting these little guys forever and ever and ever, and they just have such a cute little personality, right? So now we're going to do the background because I don't like the background just so white. So whatever leftover paint I have here, I'm going to put a little bit of my blue in it. And I'm going to just give it a wash of the blue in the back, right, to tone down that white so that it's not just in your face. And I'm going to shade a little bit underneath the snow to give it a little dimension. And I'm just picking, look, a little dot of it. So now you're wondering, how am I going to hang this little guy on my tree, right? Well, I'm telling you, there's always ways to get around things. So what I did is, ahead of time for video purposes, I took a little ribbon and I taped it to the back of my little canvas, right? And I have a little Mod Podge in my cup here. So what I do is I take my Mod Podge and I put it on the back of my canvas, spread it out really, really good. Make sure you cover everything. And if you purchase the kit, it comes with the angel and the snowman design, so you kind of get 2 for 1. And that's on my website on chriscruzdesigns.com. So I take my scrapbook paper. I am going to lay it down on the back of my canvas and press really firm on it. And now you can hang it on your tree and send somebody a nice little greetings for the holidays. So here you have your little snowman for the holiday season. If you have any questions, just email me at Chris Cruz Designs, and you'll have other kits there available for purchase. Or if you live in the Columbiana area or Birmingham area, join me at one of the many workshops we have here. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it.